All right. Thanks everyone for joining us. We're live at Unicorn Riot right now. We're pulling down a remote video feed from the Zaporizhia Nuclear Power Plant complex, which is 6 reactors. It's the largest nuclear power station in Europe, and there's been a firefight going on here in recent hours. We see armed vehicles down there that appear to be Russian vehicles, and so we've been keeping an eye on this situation going on for the last few hours, essentially, and we wanted to bring that to you because it is a pretty, shocking, surprising situation. So we're just trying to sort of keep an eye on this for you, and we had a report about this that we just released about 24 hours ago, which you can see right here on unicornriot.ninja. And so that report runs down a lot of different things that have been happening. There's been hacks going on. There's been it's a very unusual situation happening. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to fix something really quick. Thank you. So it's been a pretty shocking situation going on, and so we've been trying to keep an eye on that as it's been happening. And so if you'll just give me 1 second, sorry, systems. So the feed's been kind of glitching in and out a little bit, but it has largely been able to keep up, and we can actually see there's a time signature up in the upper right corner showing that it's at about 47 minutes after the hour, so the feed is still running right now. But we called attention to this when I started writing this story just about 48 hours ago. This nuclear power station, Zaporizhia, is right there, kind of in the midst of the Russian invasion front, moving northwards from Crimea, past Melitopol. Pardon my pronunciations, but this station was definitely jumped out as a significant issue. And in the course of working on that, we found that there had been some radioactive spikes at Chernobyl, which is not an active power station, but those radioactive spikes from the measurements that were available online were not significantly dangerous to the health. So they were kind of lower level radioactive spikes in Chernobyl, which is in a different part of the country. This is very different because this is an active power station. It has 6 reactors. I can actually show you, this is sort of the Google Maps view of these reactors. So we're looking at a camera feed, which seems to be coming sort of angled down that main road. Like you can kind of see that road there. That's the sort of main avenue that it runs on. And come on, there we go. And so my feed's been falling off ever so slightly because of the iffy connection that it has right now. Sorry, 1 second. So I'm trying to kick it back, but generally the feed's actually been working fairly well, considering that there's been an armed conflict. What we did see earlier was a lot of munitions that were getting fired off up to where that building on the upper right. You can still see there's definitely been some smoke. There was a fire earlier. It appeared there were emergency vehicles that approached the site coming up that main road. So it was definitely a pretty significant, pretty sketchy situation. It seems like it may have eased off now, and we've also seen this camera kind of pan around in different directions. So the reactors, which are full-service nuclear reactors, are off to the left of this view. And so I just wanted to kind of call people's attention to that. This thing has been acting goofy. Sorry. Trying here. And so so we've been keeping an eye on this happening because it's actually, this is the first time this has happened. There's never been an armed conflict happening at a nuclear power station. It's never happened. It's never jeopardized. Conventional warfare has never jeopardized a commercial nuclear or proper real nuclear reactor. That's never happened before. So it is pretty shocking. So I just kind of wanted to bring this to you for a while. Also, you can see those flashing lights from those cars down in the lower left. Those are probably essentially car alarms. It seems to be the case, or other warning flashers. So also another thing that folks called attention to was just that this facility, this facility has uncovered spent fuel pools. So this facility, or at least in 2015, The Guardian ran a whole story about uncovered spent fuel. It's not like in a fortified bunker. So if any artillery shells or other heavy munitions fly off in that direction, there's definitely a serious risk that radioactive waste could spill out of the casks, which are again outside, according to a 2015 report. So that's fairly significant. And then there definitely was, some kind of fire or something that was happening on the building on the right. So I just wanted to sort of bring that to you. So again, we're watching this live, and so we're coming up to about 52 minutes after the hour. So this video is live. It did stabilize, and frankly, things have been kind of calmer in the last half hour or so since I've been trying to spin up the broadcast. But in the prior hour before that, you can scroll back on this video. There was a lot going on. There was fire in different directions, or exchanges of tracer bullets were visible. Puffs of smoke from various incendiaries and whatnot were definitely visible earlier on this video, or on this feed. So I just wanted to kind of call people's attention to that. If you just give me 1 second, we'll try to pull up a couple other things. All right, so as we've been sort of watching, waiting, the data rate's been going up and down. We may not stick with this that long. It seems like maybe the situation has calmed down at least a little bit, somewhat, or maybe that the video feed is lost altogether. Give me 1 second. I'll see if I can get it back. We'll see if it keeps going or not. Come on. Just give me a second. Thanks. We might have finally lost it. All right. Well, it looks like we've lost the video feed. So I think that we'll just sort of take it down right now, because what we were seeing. I'll run it back actually. I can pull up some of the earlier material. Give me 1 second. Well, folks, it looks like we don't. It looks like we've lost the feed, unfortunately, at this point. So I'll take the stream down since it petered out here. But we do really appreciate you tuning in. Again, we have a new story that is up on a website that I put together because I saw that this power station was certainly coming into a situation being at risk in the last 48 hours. So I just kind of wanted to sort of call that to people's attention. So I think we'll take the stream down since the video feed is definitely dropped from the power station and we can no longer access it. So thank you all for joining us. Unicorn Ride's a 501c3 nonprofit media organization, and we do really appreciate your support, and thank you for tuning in tonight. And I'll just cut it there and take a look at our website. We're just going to keep on pushing updates. So we do. It seems like we have heard that. Okay. There are some reports coming that the firefighters have been. Sorry, 1 second. there are some reports coming out that the firefighters were able to get into the complex, and so like at least that level of emergency management's been happening. So that's good news. So we'll cut it there. Thank you all for joining us. And you know, we're obviously not entirely focused on the situation in the Ukraine, but when this thing came up, it felt like it made sense, since it was already in our story, to sort of address and dive into, because something like this has never happened before. So thank you all for tuning in. Really appreciate it. And everyone have a good night and stay safe out there.